Welcome to our lesson. In this lesson, you are going to learn about the clientele and audiences in the process and discipline of communication, and to know how important it is to know our audience when we communicate to them. Learning competencies. 1. Describe the clientele and audience of communication. 2. Distinguish the needs of individuals, groups, organizations, and communities. This lesson discusses the concept of clientele and the audience in the discipline of communication and how are these terms being defined. Here, you will learn about the varied needs of the different audiences such as the individuals, groups, or maybe organizations. Clientele and audiences in communication. Barangay or in your municipality and listen to someone who is delivering his or her message to the people but you did not understand well the person who is talking. Things like the message was not really intended for them or for you, or the langu. Audiences are also called receivers. They are formed by two factors which are 1. Social context, people of the same background with shared culture, understanding, information needs. 2. Response to media content, audiences, from news show, variety show, soap opera and others. To know the audience one who is talking to, one has to assess the fundamental background like the awareness and knowledge of the audience of the idea to be presented. For example, if the speaker knows already that the audience has already several knowledge about the topic, then he or she has to provide more explanations, facts, and examples to support his or her points for the audience to be convinced and persuaded. Media sociologist Dennis McQuail 1997 noted some ways to define who are the audience, namely, by place audience in the case of a newspaper, by people as when media content appeals to a certain age group, gender, political belief, or income of television, by the content of the message of a medium, talk shows and soap operas, with many different audiences, by times as in daytime, primetime, or weekend audiences. Individuals as audience. Every day you engage in a communication. One cannot escape it along the different levels of communication, whether intrapersonal, interpersonal, or in mass media. We do this of different reasons. People communicate to be informed, and to inform, to gain guidance for one's own opinion, and to have an identity or be a member within a group. Research says that among the benefits one gets from communication are the following: information and communication, guidance, advice, socialization and relaxation, identity formation, security, build mutual relationship, groups and organizations as audience. Organizations communicate with others for a variety of reasons. Annette and Shuchuk in 1995 said that there are communication needs of organizations. These are: 1. To inform. It is communicating to the audience like what you can do for them or what advice you could give them or vice versa. 2. To build understanding. It is encouraging the audience to improve their lives, like stopping from smoking, which appeals to their feelings and thinking. 3. To resolve conflicts. Empathy can prevent conflicts as misunderstanding really exist in an organization. 4. To present an idea. In an organization, presenting an idea is a need, but one has to know also the correct manner in presenting it. 5. To lower barrier between groups and individuals. Prejudices and discrimination may exist if communication process is not done in a correct manner, thus one has to know the audience very well. Community as audience. Community is the most organic place as your audience communication. You need to when you go out from your house and interact with your friends, your neighbor, or to everyone. In your place you do communication to them, but you still have to know that in the discipline of communication when you consider the community as your audience, you need to remember the following needs. 1. Right language. This must be simple and easy to understand words. 2. Time. Extend more efforts to let them be understood the topic. 3. Information background. If you need to persuade or convince them with your idea, you need to know their level of awareness of the topic. 4. Awareness of interests. You need to know what the community likes or have interest to. 5. Education. People in the community acts as audience because of the reason that they need to know about the topic. Now that you learned about clientele and audience of communication, you can now #describe the clientele and audience of communication. Distinguish the needs of individuals, groups, organizations, and communities.